All right, welcome back to the People's Forum. This is earnysea, and today on our program we have a special guest from Southern Africa, Botswana. He's been in South Africa for some time, and I think he's going to shed light on the acting fraternity. So we'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned. And we are back here at the People's Forum. This is earnysea, and on my show today, I have an actor, as I've already spoken. He's going to talk about the fraternity of acting here in Botswana and maybe in South Africa, because he's been in South Africa for a while. And then we'll talk about everything else that's needed in the show. I have Thulani Theo Tau. Can you introduce yourself to the public or to the listeners?
Thanks for the introduction.
Yes.
My name is Thulani Tau.
Yes.
Born in Botswana, but I grew up mostly in South Africa, high school, university.
Okay.
I did my studies. I did drama and film studies at Botswana University of Technology.
All right.
Yes, and I graduated 2012. I signed with an agency, one of the top 10 agencies, Leeds.
In South Africa?
Yes, Leeds in Northcliffe at the time. I was there with Bote Fopaya, who were actually one of the few Botswana there. And due to unforeseen circumstances, mainly lack of work permit, I had to return back to my homeland.
Don't you ever think you should go back there? Looking at the landscape of this country at the moment.
I do. I did, honestly. It's just now, having started a family, it's become very difficult because, now
I remember I had to pause my music career when I started family. It's been like 2013 up to now is when? 10 years.
Whoa, yeah.
Without recording any music. I tried. I got married in 2003. For the next 10 years, I tried to navigate the music and the family. It was not easy. Because kids come along, and from there, more responsibilities. You can't just do stuff you like to do for fun if it doesn't bring in the money.
Exactly.
You gotta find other avenues.
You get my point. Yeah.
But anyway, your background in acting. I know you acted in Colors, which was a Botswana production in 2015.
Yes.
Yeah. And then it's playing now on SABC.
Yes.
Which other places have you acted, or which other roles have you taken in the acting spectrum?
Yes, as you said, that's the biggest production I've been in. I think most recognizable. On the international landscape, Kiona Colors, which I believe we did shoot 2017 actually.
2017.
It's on the 6th year now since we've shot it. Yes, of which now it's been commissioned 3 times. I think it's the first production in Botswana recommissioned 3 times.
It was recommissioned, like it was on BTV and then
Moja Love, Zanzi, Magic, and now it's on SABC.
That's the 4th now.
1. Yes, BTV.
Like
yes,
4,
it's the 4th. Yes,
it's 4 places.
Wow,
right? So you guys are chowing by I can see you're smiling too much.
I wish.
No, those are the studios. I mean, they should be coming in.
I wish. Yes, you could say something like that. So yes, as you said, I've been in Colors. Currently, I'm in a production that is at 8 p.m. on Sundays on BTV One. It's called The Bet.
The Bet.
And I'm a supporting lead character on that. Also, I've done a few advertisements over the years. I was in one of the first adverts I'd like to believe from Botswana, Alpha Direct, the Lion one, that made it on DSTV. It was one of the first adverts, shot by a Botswana production, that made it on DSTV platform.
When it was still in Commerzbank?
Yes,
the company?
With the Chingeda's boy production. I believe it's still there. So I would like to believe myself as a trailblazer. In the acting fraternity.
Let's talk about acting in Botswana at the moment. What do you think is the landscape of acting? What is happening? Is there a boom in the acting industry, or there's nothing, or it's going down?
There is actually a boom in the industry, because as you can see, Chunky, there's even the Botswana are coming for African stories that are very much. I think they've exhausted the ideas. Now they're coming to us.
No, that one is
so it's up to us as African stories.
Because when I saw Netflix putting money into South African productions, Lion King kile Ramadia manzile was now his sabone wataka konware arabwele ngola kids on the real check
the origins.
And then recently Will Smith was here doing a game show in quotes
Yes.
by Kubo Kasanikwa.
I saw that.
And then one of our ambassadors actually mentioned and say, no, it's our doing. In the background, it's our doing. And I was wondering what was happening.
Where's the job
But anyway,
creation?
we never got to find out.
Yes.
So what's happening in the acting fraternity Botswana?
As you say,
you guys getting enough jobs? What's happening?
The jobs are there. Honestly, I think as you asked, where's the state of the acting industry? I think it is currently at a boom. There's quite a few opportunities recently. There's constant productions and tenders being out for content to be created, therefore and thus creating acting jobs. But I would like to say the main issue with the acting industry in Botswana, Wild West.
Yeah.
There's no structure. I want a structure check.
Good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes, it's exactly that. There's no structure, and me having been in South Africa, having been with one of the top agencies, I saw and I got to appreciate how, when things are formalized and and
very professional,
done in a structured way, how smooth things go, in South Africa, for example, I'd go to audition, my agency calls me and they even give you the character type or one. So I can honestly say, okay, they're looking for East African type. I don't look East African or West African, so I'm like, and say,
I don't want to
politely get sharp. And they actually offer you also the opportunity to go and audition on your own behalf, and then therefore they get a less percentage of your commission. They offer you that, especially when it comes to theater and radio, voiceover, stuff that doesn't pay as much as television. So that's one of the things that I appreciated. Secondly, what I appreciated compared to Botswana is in South Africa, when you're called by agency and you guys are lining up for an audition, they list the agencies and the actors expected.
Yes.
He fits the part.
You see that part? It's really irritating. Harnadi structure. Go in the music space. These they call them presidential competitions, where you have to compete for this carrot. They take the carrot and fling it in front of you, because people are really hungry.
Yes.
Everybody's running after this carrot, and then you find that the judge, whatever was happening, it was a diversion.
Yes.
I think you understand.
Yes.
I'm always skeptic of a lot of things because I can't level that outcome. I think. Well, I want to spend you 2 million. More bargains in the news, you understand? Kind of 3 million, kind of 4 million. But you find out Madia win on 50,000, 25,000, and 17,000. You understand? Then you are like, okay. Who spent 2.5 million to only give away 75,000 to the winners? You understand?
Yeah.
So it was really funny. I used to just look at these things like, no, but anyway, Botswana, well, you have these people who are not in the space.
Yes. Taking jobs.
They just come in here and meddle with things that they're not supposed to meddle with.
Exactly. And in that instance, it actually because our industry foreigners can penetrate. I can't let's say I'm good at suing or apply for an operation for a doctor. Operate the motor. This
is why
that's exactly what's happening in our industry. No, true, check it, because South Africa,
it hurts.
Yes.
Because I think mentality of most society in Saron at the moment is that the arts is one of those things which we used to write as hobbies in the
and this talent based. That's one thing that I hate so much.
Actually. When you step into their space, what's in a qualification, what's in any experience, and then you get the job, it actually frustrates the whole country.
Exactly.
And then you get mediocre job results all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have experience in HR. I'm good at maths. I'm good at sales. I've done those jobs.
But you're not doing accounting right now.
Yes, but
because
I can't.
Accountants.
But if I apply for certain those jobs in this, that's for my qualifications.
Yeah.
So why can we not have such structures that we have in South Africa? How can I go to audition? Which agency are you with? Or if not, what are your qualifications? Have you done any acting training, at least basics, for you in order to be taking this job? Or is there anybody
who can endorse that you have done something in a certain job?
Because what's happening currently right now, again, this also depreciates payment structure. But when I lead through 8 to 5, they bless the heart, they're good at acting. But to audition for the adverts or the film,
you're actually full time in this thing.
Maybe 20,000-30,000. Who knows? Maybe like game marketing executive. But do this as part time. What happens now when you cast that person? Firstly, now you're dealing with time management where shoot the guy Thursday and I don't know. Available after 5 or 6 or Friday. I only shoot Fridays, Saturdays. You guys about to him, God, he's your lead character. two leaders, multiple takes because that person is actually not a trained actor.
Is not.
So this is actually in a way pushing back home on. And then three, but what they say because they don't really need the pay. It's not the 8 to 5.
No, I don't. I just want to act. I want the money.
Mommy, I made it. My mom put no chicken on TV. So now I my risk. Let's say 800,000 pesos.
That's a lot of money to he does it for me for free. So what can you say to policymakers at that moment? Policymakers should look into. Go back and with you. Get out for us to set the structures. What do you think these guys should hear?
Yes, especially with the National Arts Council out right now. Len, actually, I'm part of. I bear some of the responsibility as I'm the interim secretary for the acting guild. Yes, right? So we are actually in the process of starting up a guild, but more than ever, we're actually looking at making it a union where rules can change now.
Yeah, because as a society, it doesn't really have a
yes,
a voice. Yeah. No,
they have a structure. Let's one bula, it goes at 3 bula. I want to 195. I also did comedy, by the way. I'm sorry. That's another platform.
Red card actually when you are talking about pricing now.
Yes.
You're talking about the red card. Who's responsible to come up with the red card?
I think it takes a collaboration between the producers and the actors.
Yeah.
They need to come to a common ground.
Because we have these two film bodies, which is Bofia and Boss.
Yes,
Botswana on screen
Botswana Film,
Botswana Screen Society.
Yes, Botswana
and then Botswana
Society,
Film
yes.
Association.
Yes.
Kari, hela kana go ile go kile ga brainstorm ya ga a red card ya ga Steve Harvey, who I don't want to talk about today. I think I've touched on it.
Not today.
So I don't want those things. So, Kari, if we have two bodies like that, and then one time, the rate card asked Steve Harvey. I don't know who commissioned it. Maybe it was commissioned. People are getting paid because the rate then was something like that Steve. Maybe the Steve Harvey paper. Yeah, I think I have it somewhere. But I don't know how the rates. The rates at the end of the day, the BTV, the platforms that actually acquire content. Why can't we just come together? Set up 2, 3, 4 days and come up with that thing, lock it down, go knock at the government, say, this is what we are doing. Yeah.
I think, like I said, it comes down to a collaboration between producers and actors and a formalization of, what like the constitutions, stuff like that. It's actually quite a complex matter, which, as I said, I'm in the nitty-bitties of it. Currently now we're sourcing a lawyer. There's so many
but some of the things I think that is just a measure of pushing the legislators to say, okay, if you participate in acting, you have to have a qualification.
Yes.
Certificate like
your certificate that training, yes.
If you are a cinematographer, you have to show some level of skill. Formal training. You have to be formalized somehow.
Yes.
Maybe looking at your experience or the work you have done in the past.
Yes.
How long were you in that space for a long time?
I truly believe, yes. I agree with you because a red card can maybe be structured that way. I got the South African Actors Guild, where actually people are you are a member basically. You sign up as membership. You want to produce. You actually go to the Botswana Actors Guild or through a list of the actors and recognize members of the acting guild, whether there's agencies or you're dealing with the individual per se.
Definitely.
So I think that's where it can start, honestly. And then that way, like I said, Changi, the industry will flow. Things will be smooth.
But then what sometimes I feel like the problem is we don't know who we report to. In other words, harna ministry hello deal the film and content industry. Because I wrote some my sake. Ministry of banana, I can't lie to you. Every time out and I go back to some water, when you want to buy a tent, when you want to do this, because one of this issue, banana, they must be given preference.
Yes.
I don't know why we're not gonna know what we are the leaders of the future. So when I think they're the leaders of now, but because sometimes you find that the money is given to these young individuals who haven't really figured life out, and then it's just a waste of money. That's me talking. Okay. I'm not representing anybody except myself. But
yes.
Like look at the funds. NACB is here. It's giving out grants. SIPA is here in the Ministry of Trade, is giving out funds, grants. MySec, here and there, it's supposed to give out grants. So, OP, if all under Ministry of Communications, no. Ministry of Presidential, what
Affairs.
Get a good a commission some work, like you are looking at this DBS thing,
Yes.
BTV, under one. So, it's that ministry.
Yes.
It's giving out grants for people to run around the country, splash money somewhere, and do whatever they're doing. So, how want to report on them basically? Maybe I think we need a film commission.
No, we do need a film commission.
National Arts Council. We need a film commission.
No, we do need a film commission.
Maybe then.
Because even when you see also labor to most people, I would like to believe, who are getting these grants and tenders and commission, they're actually not per se full-time creatives. There are people who are coming here, it's almost cash grab. But
it is. Competition.
So which now when we film commission stuff, the right people will get those. The right people,
because we'll be listed.
People who will help.
Yes, listed, people recognized. These are the people back in
as members.
Yes,
creatives. And then that way be like one about two sang industry because how I work full-time, get content guy get like when I tender production I go be TV, I go apply for it because gives you the number, and I get it.
Can offer from the
I think thorough research has to be done and investigation into who exactly are these people who are getting these grants, and it can only be done the way you said, film commission, where literally you go on a database of check out this production or this mang thing and recognize, and upon winning that tender, are you still dealing with those same individuals? Let the casting, because a lot of people, but there is a minor casting is mama
and then they get jobs.
You get the tender. I remember no, investigate further. Is even qualified. Give my chance. I know.
Alright guys, we are taking a short break. We'll be back in a moment. We are back. Welcome to the People's Forum again. This is unethical. I'm here with Thulani. We are still talking about this acting fraternity. So the next question is, then how do you really get jobs in this place where there's no film commission, no red cards, and do you really get fair compensation? Or what do you guys really do? I want to know. Because with me as a producer, I always cut corners also because of the money that we get compensated for productions. You understand? But I want to know, you at the end, as the end, you as the actor coming into a production, do you guys get that fair compensation, fair treatment? What happens there?
I think it's all on the production, producers, and the production house that you deal with. I think everyone is different.
There's no red cards, man.
Yeah?
There's no red cards.
Yes, there's no red cards. So you rely on someone's generosity and good-heartedness. So, because I've dealt with people who genuinely, they don't know me at all. Maybe recently, I've dealt with people who've worked with me many times, and they've shortchanged me many times. But I can give Jesus, which is rather unfortunate, because Botswana on a listing where how like a professional, make things professional. How do that deal?
Yeah, that's,
it goes all the way from makeup, wash already, sponge, and then over to even when on set you're asking, you uphold certain standards about this guy, to even payments. Why it starts off to go back to your questions, how do you get jobs? Well, you post, you get more Facebook, more social media. We have groups where everyone shares auditions, and we go. That's how we find out auditions.
Now imagine, if we had the film commission or one union that represents the whole film industry.
Exactly.
Or your agency will actually find jobs posted, then ask you to come for
and
auditions.
filters out the real actors. So which currently now the Wild West, we line up audition with several people and then what type cast you know how much it hurts. I stopped even auditioning after Colors, because I'll be there audition, I kill it, standing ovation, then someone walks in, mumbles, fumbles, the director, producer say, wait, you do again. How old are you? God, already he looks the part. This guy doesn't know. How come give me 2 playwrights? Who are your best actors? You know what I mean?
There's no idea.
But that girl Castillo, why? Because it's typecast. We need to stop that. We need to where it has to start from the ground. Where even from the audition already, you as producers and film production houses are aware of nothing but actors here, and already I know what I'm dealing with. Yes, and then therefore you are also at ease when you are now paying them because you are paying them their worth, and you know what they'll get the job done. You are not doing multiple takes. You're not dealing with someone who you only shoot on weekends. Someone who's this is the 8 to 5. We're dealing with someone who's in the industry, so it starts there. But another issue we really need to get agencies on board with production houses.
Definitely.
Where you directly deal with them and you cast us accordingly to that.
The problem is even that part of the creative industry is very oblique. You'll never actually know which agency to really work with, because sometimes agencies will put out the caliber of actors they have, and then you look at the caliber of actors you have, you would rather cast your friends. Because sometimes you sit around, you joke enough, you know, this one can play a comedy role in this.
But then you're just cutting costs.
No, I know. I know I'm cutting costs because
at least balance.
Agency. The agency might want to charge a whole lot more money because they also want a cut. And then you look at the rates that the producers are paid for content creation here. That one, whoever is offering that amount must be arrested. Believe me.
Yeah, no, true.
Because how do you get paid 1,500 per minute for production?
Hey, it's the wild west. There's a lot of things.
And then when you do a government advert, 30 seconds can cost from 30,000 going up. 1 minute is the same time. Imagine a 1.5, it includes the cinematographer, the producer, the director, and that 1 minute. The actors, the lighting guy, you know, all the people who use it in the
100%. A lot of things have to change. I remember I was there in South Africa. I would be an extra. Like if you had 10,000 rand. I've been leads. I've been a BTC billboards, and I was struggling to get 8,000.
No, imagine 8,000. Imagine Maramut.
8,000.
Do you know how much extras we get in there? Oh, Maramut. 200 pool.
Has it changed?
No, it hasn't changed. Actually, extras don't get
audition anymore. I would like to.
People don't even call extras anymore. They would love to do a scene where there's a lot of people, because now the lenses you can blind everybody else.
No,
nobody can come and claim.
You don't even have to pay them anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to pay.
Give them drinks. What the hell?
It's a sad situation,
And there's a lot of illegal things happening in this country that are legal.
They are.
They're illegal, but
there's no law to arrest the people who are doing it.
You're Wild West there.
Yeah,
like I was saying, even when you're going back to your question of are we fairly being compensated?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have to rely on the good nature of the producer of the production.
And then the producer relies on the good nature of whoever is hiring them at that very low beat, you know, type
I get it, yes. You're speaking also from a producer perspective. I'm also a producer. I also have a sports talk with Thulani Tau on YTV. I'm doing quite a few things. I also do sports analysis for football matches. But then what irks me, why is there a cap limit on pay-per scene? Why this 400, 300, 500 per scene? At the banks, they don't do that. At the pharmaceutical, they don't do that. If I'm senior management, I have my pay scale. I wanna go duela di pharmaceutical. Because when I'm told what is that nonsense, Chengi? What is with that? Why are you keep putting a cap on my earning potential when I am qualified? Firstly, I have a degree in this and I have over 10 years experience in acting.
Because everybody wants to shortcut and save some money.
But long do same as one will you be
exactly.
That's what people do. Buy and you every donor, Mr. Tautlani tips. Not to my own one. Over the Mutu and the Bayana Breo Blendo. Over the even playing field. Is that fair?
No, it's not fair.
Is it fair? Tell the CEO, the main management there, Bangor. No. Peace killer 10,000 pulamore.
So I think
accept it.
I think maybe we should just push the National Arts Council to do something, because at the moment all the creatives are looking up to them.
Yes, not true.
Even though they're disappointing.
We also
they're disappointing. Yes. You know, the first disbursement is really disappointing. You apply for 50 grand, you might get 10. You apply for 100, you can get 25. You apply for 400,000, you might get 100,000. So people are like,
only two people in the this.
So it's a disappointment.
It's so many red teams.
Because there's no transparency also. How much money is in their coffers to give away. And then from there, they never even tell anybody how much they've given out.
That's actually one thing that I wanted.
Maybe I report that was already financial.
I wanted to touch on that day. When I go to South Africa, that's what I appreciate, transparency.
Yes.
When I go and shoot the advert, they tell you, missed that though. This is how much we're paying you. This is your compensation.
Exactly.
If we go past 6 months of the 2-year contract,
giving you extra more.
Do you know how many times I've been called after 6 months, almost a year, certain companies, but hey, can I your ad is still running? I renegotiate the okay, how much? Let's talk 10. No, how about 5,000? 5,000 for another 2 years. Okay. 2 years, so you're using my face on ATM everywhere, machines and billboards.
And you're saying that, yeah.
And then I have to then take me, remove me.
And then they come to your terms.
Then
because it's extra, I want to shoot somebody and pay them full sum.
I've had to name and shame companies on Facebook or reputable companies.
And then they did.
Affluent.
Yeah. Hey, whenever they have to come to the terms.
And then it comes, what do they say after?
They can't call you.
Because now
this guy is a bad guy. Blah, 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 yeah.
So there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of illegal things in Botswana happening legally.
Yeah.
And we need to put a stop to that in our
No, we have to. But I think, first of all, National Arts Councils will step up to the plate and try to solicit for protection of the rights of everyone.
Yes.
Including directors, producers, actors, cinematographers, everyone who's involved in the arts. I just hope it's not going to turn into another music association where music money comes from, because the musician more lady association push and they get to get some money out of the system.
Yes.
Film commission. Maybe I should call Mr. Monna and Johnson so that they come tell us or the leaders of the industry, more the associations the top two. What is happening with the film commission? Is it coming or is it not coming? Or our kids are the only ones who are going to benefit from recover.
That's you share a good point. I think it's really up to or when you have a conversation with those gentlemen or what they will say or what is in the pipelines. But I do agree what the National Arts Council should play a key role, not really be running.
Yes.
And then they should work hand in hand with the BFA and the BOSA and also with the several guilds in order to come up with.
There's animation guild, there's writers guild, there's everybody's guild.
On Facebook, social media, comedians guild. So it's quite a lot. There's the woman
one. I think I should get in there, man. I make a lot of content for social media, man.
Facebook,
and Zuckerberg is not giving me anything. I can't even monetize on Facebook.
Yes.
Every time I try to reach the numbers, boom. Yeah. And then there's nothing. I can't tell anybody to buy me coffee.
So I think the Arts Council should mediate, and then also it's really on us to pull our socks up and, in order come up with structures, come up with constitutions, come up with minimum pay at least for all actors. And then what's most important as actors, and we need to come together, guys. Know your worth and hold yourself accountable. It's a seriously, take yourself as a brand. I went in part of my degree, my qualification. I had to do arts administration. Administration entailed.
I did entrepreneurship. Man.
I did.
That's why I'm running a business.
It entailed me running myself, my body as a business, as an enterprise. As a business, how am I presenting myself? How am I?
Character,
yes. It basically all those, and also learning makeup. I had to learn to become a production myself.
I don't know if the degree education right now is as good as ours used to be,
I
learned a lesson here, art as entrepreneurship. At the end of it all, from there I told myself I'll never work for anybody. And I didn't. I didn't work for anybody.
Because you were skilled.
I just knew how to move things around and grow a business. Even though in this country it was very slow. It took a very long time. It's not like this kind of arts business is making a whole lot of money. To an extent, they will venture into other spaces. So if I can sell a product or two, I can start making money.
You see, we've lost a lot of great creatives or people.
No, definitely. We are farmers right now.
Home. Some of us sell a good insurance.
Dude, everybody runs somewhere. You have to make money.
You feel the creative in you dying slowly, and then you're like, let me go back, man. Because otherwise I'll sit back as an old man and get, I lived a lie. I lived a lie.
I should have done this. Whatever it was also did it. You understand?
I lived a lie.
Wow, man. But how long do you think this industry can get jacked up and just do what it's supposed to do? Can I have an estimation or like,
give or take, I think being optimistic, I'd say 3 to 5 years.
I was thinking
where we
2 years,
can-
man. 3 years is a long time. You know? We
Okay,
have to work
mo-
around the clock because you know life goes on. Content is being created.
True,
you know things
true.
are happening.
Hey.
We should hit the ground running.
No, true.
Hey, while they're fixing the things there, at least basic things like the rate cards
Yeah.
must be in place.
Yeah, well, in that case, when you say
Yeah.
that, also let me be more optimistic, like you know, and say 2 years, 2+ years maximum. Where we can have a structure, maybe if there's a film commission that comes along, Arts Council works hand in hand with Bossa and the BFA, Bofia, and BFA. Loni BFA is in the
No, they're actually licensing content.
Yes,
the guys who are filming for them.
Yes,
it's part of film. It's all over. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. For sets and everywhere. We still have to pay the guys who own the real estate for you to film in those places.
Yes,
because around the studios they didn't. Yeah.
No, I give or take, I guess you can say 2 to 3 years. Hopefully, it can be less.
It can even be 1 year.
Yeah, even this year. I mean,
we should just check everything out.
Yeah, we're optimistic, Lorna. By at a point this year, we will have a full-fledged, constitution where there will also be. It will address things like rate cards and also actors. Just minimum rates in terms of even voiceovers, because I'm constantly advocating. I do voiceovers all the time. I'm always advocating for more pay. This is at my own expense, by the way, because every time somebody's not hey, this girl then you are seeing. That's why we are seeing the same bad actors on TV, because they're casting whether they're qualified or not, but they are not to the level that we hold them at. Yes.
Yeah, let's not lie. They don't know acting. Short film. You know why I don't use certain actors? They were trained in these colleges and they have never gone to training at all. It's because drama.
Yes, my drama. Yes, I was about to say
is something else.
Those are two different things. Exactly. And then TV. I film. They be like, what is
Exactly. So it's a big thing. No, but I think the landscape can change. I'm just thinking, do you implement get the rate card on all sectors?
Not true.
And then as a rate card, because I think it's our responsibility to tell people how much we charge. Go television has no bella price. I will buy your production emotional from Kabukan. They don't even know how much money you spend on that thing. You understand? What I want to know, or not lowest beat. And then lowest beat is that guy who naraga camera small shoot manyalo and he figure it out, and then he does this drama and record a sound the camera lowest beat. When our rulers see that on television, maybe that's why they are calling Steve Harvey. It's because they've seen the lowest beat productions on television
constantly,
and then they think that's what we are.
Yeah, and then
that's
actually, when you do get some few high quality production colors,
why?
It's in
they commissioned, they paid for it. And they loved it, and people loved it.
It's been recommissioned.
Why can't it be done? Colors and a few other ones could have, moved on for some time.
Became soupies. Now, now we're talking daily jobs where people are every day.
More actors, more
respectable income. Because I think a lot of things with creatives, us in general, musicians, comedians, you producers, and we're undermined or labor class because our earning capacity.
It's informal,
Doctoring, yes, they do important jobs, accountant, but they're respected because of their salary.
Yeah.
I think most people.
And actually, you'll find out in other countries, the entertainment industry actually earns more.
Yes. That's why people are
top of the list.
Your parents were go avoid my son.
Exactly.
We're not
talking like Botswana. We overwork for little.
True. I get some shoot that till chupagela.
No, I pull a production 13 episodes, 26 episodes by myself. And sometimes I say that people think, this guy is breaking. No. I'm a very skilled sound engineer. I'm a skilled cinematographer. I can sort of vision mixture channel. I can plug in 6 cameras and I'll come out with a production. Or even if you call 6 guys here, sometimes they can't even pull it off. And then I know how to mix my sound, color grade my stuff, and release it. Why? Because there was no money. We didn't have money to hire people to do that stuff.
So you had to do
so then we had to learn by ourselves. Like in America, go to college in never so that in case the other thing doesn't work, you can do the other thing.
No, true.
That's why we survived the industry.
Yeah. But now with the amount of people
that are around, we need money to be injected into the industry so that we can pay these guys and do proper stuff.
Institutions
create employment. All
institutions are pumping out creatives. They're gonna come and find the same.
Because even the education level has gone down. Believe me.
It's gone down because people
and then the guys don't want to do anything. No, white balance camera so that we can do that. They don't know what white balance is. I'm like, I think you guys are in the wrong space. You know. About education. Maybe these kids are from 5. They should get a gap year or 2.
Yes.
Education put it
into practice.
So that when we come back and try to look for a job, we know what you want to do.
Yes.
I think that's one of the things. That is out of education, whatever you address.
No, very true.
I think that's the part they need to go. Yeah. But anyway, we're going for a short break, and when we come back, we are closing this one down. And thanks for watching the People's Forum with earnysea. Thank you. We are back here at the People's Forum where we speak up and we speak out. At the moment, I want us to talk about money. Where can we get money for the industry at the moment? Because the industry has no money coming into it. You find that maybe even more money would go into like music or theaters or whatever. The events every year because I've seen myself do that. No, listing my second every year. Funding the concert. And then they're self-sustaining.
Yeah. No, though we need to.
How can we make money? Where can we get the money?
We have to be self-sustainable, honestly. But of course, we need a boost.
No, you need
it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Self-sustaining.
It can start with us, but we're too selfish to invest. The boat you are in. For example, even with us actors, we can simply with the unionize or with the guild, we can decide, guys, I think we're over 300 or some 200 something. 100 per annum. How much capital that will we have just to start a production? With that little money we make, maybe the first quarter we're going to do this production, whether we're doing activations at malls in order to promote a certain theme or that's facilitated by maybe the government or something. And then after that money is made, we're also injecting from the annual fees from membership. Kind of that alone can make so much financial assistance to us. Then from there we get a boost. We've set up a foundation. From that foundation, now our approach the sponsors potential. Look, this is what we have done. Na capacity boosting, and we can put you on the map and push your agenda next as well. Because we have to go back to also what the creative is about. It's about spreading a message or creating awareness or almost. Giving a message. I get it used to be used politically as well and stuff. Well, not used to it.
Actually, this is the year of politics. Why can't they just get creators to start acting, so that they can push their agendas and inject money into the Actors Guild?
I believe that should come or has been happening. I think that the most of the money the crop last year. I think honestly the amount of the creatives were doing. So I think it's self-sustainability, honestly. We have to rely on ourselves. Hollywood, when you hire similar, they wanna finding go American they became self-sustainable because they self-funded. I would like to believe pushed production and started creating things that were sellable. So we need to be sellable, be able to be profitable.
The landscape has changed. You guys are actors, and then there's a whole lot of another thing happening at the influencer thing. This flew online. Everybody wants to influence someone, and then there's no one to be influenced now.
Audience,
what do you do as a craft? Nothing. No, I just do content. We are content. What do you mean? It's a video, and then I post it. You're a content creation. Oh, okay. You have no spot here.
Yeah.
Sorry. We don't do those things.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I also more social media, then I agree we have gone digital and all that stuff. Now, there's people who are called influencers because they do very stupid things sometimes. Most of them, especially locally here, they do very stupid things and then they have masses.
Yes.
And these are the guys who be doing the MC to do this by government, to do that by corporate companies, to do this because numbers never lie. And then because people laughed and liked that video with the high numbers,
yes.
now that guy is a role model.
And
he can influence someone.
And corporates are actually coming to them with money. Hey.
So what do you think about that? I mean, as what about the job?
I can't even put any bad thing on them. They've put themselves in a position to be able to earn revenue, to make revenue and make a living. So good for them for that. But it's unfortunate. But then as actors, I think also we need to also kind of put ourselves out there, but obviously not without losing your self-respect.
Yes.
Or your image that
also
you want to maintain.
Like things which have moral ethics.
Yes,
and stuff,
yes, because kind of more doing the controversy sells, you know. That's why I like to believe a lot of these social media socialites.
That's what they call themselves.
Hey, the socialite.
I'm a socialite.
Where the social heavy? The social heavy.
The what?
The social heavy. The lights.
That's
so
crazy
I mean,
stuff,
good for them, but I think it also now lights a fire under our bums as actors and general professional creatives. Okay, if this is the way things are going, then put yourself more out there. Maybe go knock in. You don't have to be have a million or 100,000 followers like them, but perhaps knock on more doors now. Go to more corporates, right? Because how won't you rely too much on just our social media, my hair, or our presence online or our work? I'm also guilty of that. I won't feel like, but to learn, I did job I did before. Me, you're still not going to auditions. But exactly. I want to uphold this thing because when you go to an audition now, when you're at the mercy of the producer's hands and then he's in my house. Whereas when I get the call, usually now the negotiation platform is more even. Now I can, I have my rates. My thing gets mang. I've done this and that. Hey, Mr. Tau, so can we start talking there? I tend to find it more easier to negotiate, and I believe my fellow creatives who are experienced, they can agree to that.
I'm a music producer, like high class music. Actually, if there's producers, I'm only about 3 and I'll be in the top 3.
You always good class.
What I know.
The reception.
But this is what is happening. Sometimes when I tell people I charge 6,500 to do one song in my studio, they think I'm overly way unreasonable. Album got 2,000.
Humble yourself.
And then I'm like, guys, I've been doing these things for more than 20 years. Sabobedi, you can't match my sound. I do mastering. I've gone to school for this. You understand? So somebody he's just starting. He's running this thing in his bedroom somewhere. And he's doing trial and error. How about go and do your life as an experiment there? If you bring the money here, I record you and you don't like your product, I will refund you. And I'm not joking. I've done that before.
Not true.
But anyway, people don't understand. When you have a rate card, you have a rate card. That's what it is. People must put money into the value that you put into any product or any service that you offer. And that's how it is.
Very true.
There are companies the agencies financially, the agency they are advertising money. Logo. And then there's other government departments or government people by logo. However, I tell them on social media, but was more pop 4 5 logos. Go free peak, and then they realize, but I don't know if they ever realize because there's been a lot of that.
They do realize, but like I said, man, it's said check. There's a lot of illegal things happening illegally in Botswana, and it's become normalized.
No,
unfortunately,
it is normalized.
It's normalized. It's normalized.
These things real in this industry. And all that stuff.
I believe so.
Personally, I haven't bribed any. Maybe that's why I didn't get jobs for 20 years.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I believe I've seen
No,
it.
I've heard
And I'm
rumors of
aware
that.
of it. No, I've seen
I've been
it.
aware that certain
I've been
companies
aware
get
of
more
it,
jobs. You understand?
Yes,
Or certain individuals get more jobs for
No, it
television.
depends. I think it's not even foreign in our industry.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's only unique to our industry. It's everywhere. It's a common thing. So
Botswana basically is one of the corrupt countries in Africa.
I'm sure. I think every country is corrupt, man. But we're just now excelling at a pace higher than our population.
Yeah,
that's the unfortunate part. That's why. Let's not go into politics. Yeah, that's why
politics are good because politicians must also think, or they must do something about this.
Like I'm going to we shall podcast. Oh, corrupt.
I don't think they will affect me that much.
No, yeah, but
because when the first 20 years of us navigating the industrial music, the industrial film and television, it was not easy. But somehow we found a way to monetize what we have. People don't know how I started the studio I'm running now. Actually, Ngileka studio has run up to 2011 and then I closed it down for 2 years. Then how to wakai? You understand? No, I went undercover.
Okay.
And then one day, this thing says, no, go back.
You
know, and then I go back.
You were dying inside.
You know, now what I get on, I didn't have money. My wife was given 5,000 by somebody, 5.5. And then go gave me. 1100D was about 4.8. These are the lenses they paid, the 70mm and the 55.
Yes.
That's where it all started.
Okay.
2 years on undercover now online research I just took that the podcasting and it says review music gospel now monetize booster company no this is how much I charge. I'll do the advert and I'll play it audience I'm gonna prove to you I'm gonna do the advert for free. And then I'm gonna put it online in the platform I'm talking about. I'll give it 1 week. And I'll give you 12,000 people by and I'll give you the report. But if you can do that, I'm giving you a contract. And he did. 4 days later, I've exceeded 12,000. It's still going. $20. I'm thinking, it's a Mayan, and people are showing up at this business.
Yes.
You understand?
So there was also a return on investment.
Yes. And then from there, he gave me his second company. I was running a store, a bigger store. Some it was even worse. Can never sell the product. They put something there. I put a boost on it. I decide who I want to go to that store. How about you
see, you brought
I understand. Yeah. That's where I started making money.
Yes.
I made money in the private sector, in the social media space.
Became self-sustainable, and you're also offering what return on investment.
Exactly.
That's something that's very lucky in our industry because currently how it's working, this tendering thing, because the current landscape, but few they are not in any way obliged to make revenue because they are given revenue.
So whether they spend it or not, they don't really care.
Return on investment where you're actually looking at productions or you're looking at actors or the productions they are pushing. So therefore let's give more money or even advertisement. That's something that we long offered when we come for productions to certain stations. Sponsorship.
That's
actually how our industry works.
That is sad.
And now we're like, what?
Then we must privatize TV, man.
Yes, exactly. Then we need to be private.
Let's privatize this thing.
Hey, Jackie.
You can't be sitting there, my going allowed commissioning officer.
Every month when I salary, regardless of it.
And then you have a marketing. You know what it does? A marketer at the company now did say the advert is a bit but they're getting paid huge sums of money per year, man.
Because that's
no, I think we are throwing this to you, legislators. I think you should privatize Botswana television. All the television stations, you pick included. I don't know what you pick. Is there you pick still?
You pick it. But in a nutshell, I believe so. What you know? What?
I hope it will come back one day.
We need to maybe then move away from government sector and go privatize.
No, but the thing is, the government here is the bigger buyer for everything.
Yes.
When it comes to road construction, everything, he's the only buyer.
No, but
platform
bring a sponsor or something or to pick up the production.
Okay, give me free content. Go find yourself who can pay you. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Do something for me. Find somebody who can pay you and then let me have that thing. But are they going to give return on investment for the person that is giving you money.
Exactly.
That's where I always failed with sponsored programs.
And also in intellectual property. That's another headache that you constantly deal with. When you address such issues, it's not even aware of that. I've dealt with many productions where companies where I'm more skilled.
You know more than me.
So we have an advert when shooting it. Come on, wait, where's the contract? How long will it run for? So you
because you have to tell people,
so you believe or you know what, we can actually be paid more after a certain amount of time.
Yes.
But yes, it's within your right.
Supposed to be do that, yeah.
It's supposed to, but that's
how it works.
5,000 bula once off.
No.
And then for life, my great grandkids are going to see me. But say, Papa, when you do 5,000 bula 19 euro.
No, I think things are changing.
Whereas every year there should be a residual thing.
I've realized when I make an advert here for radio and a television, they actually inquire whose music is playing in the background.
Yes.
That's a good start because I think they have to log that in so that they pay cost boards and then cost boards can pass the money back to the guys who produce the music.
Exactly.
But are they doing the same with the people who are acting in that?
Yes, that's what that needs to change. Also, when you're producing a show at any station or when you're voicing over anything, or you should get some revenue.
Because
this
your
thing
thing
can
is
go on
being
for
used.
years. Yes, it's repetitive. So therefore you should get
social media to stay there forever. You can't remove it.
And after 3 years or 5 years, I would like to resell it, my image, my vocals. To the next TV station or the next platform where I can get some revenue from it. So such things, IP, and I'm talking to creatives in general, these are things you need to learn. Constantly learn with the business side of acting, the business side of management, just business in general, finance of the industry you're in.
Actually, it calls for a lot of capacity building programs.
Yes.
I think maybe I'm just advising. National Arts Council should put out money at this first stage for capacity building. That's what I'm thinking. Because I can only so if people are educated, some will just go the way of doing things for themselves. I don't buy Mela the next season of funding so that they can now apply because banal knowledge how to do things from that capacity building platform. Then they can do that.
No, very true.
Hey, but what's your last word to producers? Because I know you deal with producers a lot.
Let's work together. Pay your actors, guys. I think there's nothing better than return business. So I think as producers, if you work with creatives and actors and you build that friendship relationship, you can build a dynasty. You can have empires are built from that. Empires are built from long-lasting, sustainable relationship that has financial gains for both parties.
But do producers give out contracts here locally? They
do give contracts. Now I deal with that. I don't know if there are some creatives or actors that don't. But then contract
this side, you don't even get paid.
Hey, you can have the productions that have aired and people were never paid. And that same production house got commissioned for season 2. Season 1,
but at the standpoint, they used to ask us to bring the proof. But what do you sign and telephone numbers and stuff? So did they even submit?
That's the is why now it comes to the big C, the big corruption. Alive and direct.
Corruption is
because there are multiple productions that have committed a lot wrong.
Things wrong.
Made us still running ship, which there is a big need for a disciplinary committee. I actually offered my services to a certain newly formed institution that I'm sure you're aware of. Now I will pro bono. I can be head of disciplinary, where I'm literally checking and blacklisting all companies that have been
publicly
shown or they are not paying.
And publicly so that they know.
Production should not be commissioned ever again because they don't pay Batu. The usual. Next year,
the American dream.
So in a nutshell, I think there is a big need for honest, transparent collaboration between produce ethics, moral ethics, which unfortunately they come by
which is something I learned at school again.
Yes. Yes, religious
ethical
education.
conduct.
Yes, ethical conduct.
Production. That's why now with us here, we'll give you a contract and say we'll pay you within a year or 2. Production and thing. or we pay you ahead and do our production.
Yes.
And then we're the only guys who are going to suffer if it doesn't get bought or it doesn't go anywhere.
Hey.
At least nobody's awed.
So
we try that because in the past with one production in 1 year or and then COVID hit. And then in the midst of COVID, kids come here, no, relax, I'll sort it out. And then immediately after COVID, somehow God came through for me, and then I managed to pay everybody before they took their stance.
Yeah,
you understand? It was a lucky thing. But when your name is blacklisted, it's not right. It's not nice. So what's your last word now to your fellow actors and people buying about industry? I know there are actors right now, but training kidi agency. So is there value in those kinds of actors? There are non-formal agencies that have actually trained their actors. They are registered as companies. You understand? So they are professional actors. What can you say about them or to them?
Honestly, I feel it's like I say anything. I get mono in my bones. So kudos to them. Provided that they're providing a service, it's beneficial. The productions, those creatives or actors, they actually do the job and do the job well. Then more power to them. But guys, actors, let's unite. Let's have a same pay structure. Learn to say no, guys. Learn to let that even if I go hungry for the next 2 days a week, I have made a point.
I'll get something.
Our industry, we will no more be dealing with these peanuts that were being offered because it starts from there when you put your foot down.
Yeah.
This is how much our pay scale is, and we require transparency. We're looking also into IP, intellectual property ownership.
Yes.
What am I going to get after 3 years when this production is done? What's the way forward?
Yeah.
Let's learn to think 20 years, 50
royalty.
years.
Let's
yes, 100 years.
Payments.
Yes, royalties. It's in 5 years, 2 years.
No, it's in one production. I'm doing it.
I want at least 10,000. Learn to think ahead, guys. Learn to think business. Learn to think IP property. Think like that. Businessman minded set. And learn to say no, guys. That's all I can say. Learn to say no. Know your worth, because Kamoso, you'll be in some of our footsteps where you're the veteran now and you're the one now competing for the same pay scale. Banana Baba Simul and the producer, no, remove Botswana. And you'll see the pain of it. So it starts now to change the boat. And also, I implore you also as a producer, Changi, for fairness, continue being fair.
I'm trying to be
continue
fair.
To be.
See, now I'm talking about all these ills because I feel like I'm one of the fair ones. You understand? Unless but anyway, if the NACB panel was put here, what can you ask them or maybe implore them to actually consider in the acting fraternity?
I think honestly my biggest gripe, you want to consider disciplinary committee, consider transparency, but let people be paid for the fraudulent ways, for that, people are getting away with murder here, honestly, literally. They're taking food out of other
people's tables and
mouths. People are foreign entities are getting into the industry. They eat and they leave and they come. So look into that. Look into that. Spanish. No, it's got credibility. Let's see. That's another point. Let's
localize the market, fix it.
Yes.
And then I remind our market to play by our rules.
Yes.
And also people just come in because go tourism malawa content there no. The tourist license. Camera go film content BBC kana whatever.
Yeah, so they should look into such things.
And then I don't look film 10,000 pool.
That's it. But they should be
10,000
how many Botswana are you hiring? It has to be percentages. How much of that money is staying in the country?
Do you know what the answer we got? To the legislators, but it can't happen now because how to Botswana work employee driver abala the tour guide. So ke bana ba tsana ba employee so go go one employment deal era ba to irwa ngela ba tsamaya le motho ka ba dira ba tsamaya le ene ba go mmontsha gore go yoga. So I think
bottom of the barrel.
All our film and content creation hubs or people that deal with that for our revenue they should actually consolidate to one or two places. Kana warne le film commission ele ona monitor ndio tsa go nna ya for government. Like what I do a film commission, is it always a standalone or is it part of government or is it government run? Because we are not on the NSCB. When the next 3 years, every drill madia is actually dependent on government. In a subsidy, so that it can put back money into
from Duture. Yes. From Roberta, fellow creators and people, and we've created employment and generational wealth and income.
On this station, or not talking funding or mental somebody every year. How we little will also you?
Can I go? Sustainable income, sustainability, guys, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but also mindset change, guys.
Yeah, mindset change.
Hashtag mindset change.
Yeah.
Go change.
Mindset change is very important, guys.
Sorry,
we have to sit down.
No,
it's okay. I got so many names. One is Mr. E, Ernest, whatever.
Okay.
White boy, kind of white. It doesn't really matter. What did you say? They don't bother me. Hey, this guy's up on pussies. Can't never jealous or Kimoso. You want to so we get more all good one from the good one. You understand? No, I look at the so that's where the word comes from.
Do you know even where Makwa comes from? Or they came from the ocean. That's where it came from. I also found that out a few years ago.
It was really serious. But anyway, guys, this is the People's Forum, and we are glad you watched to this end. Take whatever you take, leave whatever you don't want to listen to, Tell us your comments, suggest other things that you would want us to talk about in this program. The issue is the industry must rise. Of course, this is an industry talk. We'll talk about music, art, crafts, fashion, everything that deals with content creation and the arts. So be ready to be in our program. If you think you have something to offer, we'll be calling you very soon. We'll see you in the next episode.